and good evening. I'm Melisa Idris. Welcome to Consider This. This is the show where we want you to consider and then reconsider what you know of the news of the day. Just over a month ago, Israel launched airstrikes on Iranian military and nuclear sites, igniting a 12-day military confrontation. A ceasefire is now in effect, but its long-term viability remains in doubt. Now, how close did we come to a full-scale war? And what does Iran want moving forward? Well, joining me on the show today to discuss this further is His Excellency, Mr. Valiollah Mohammadi Nasrabadi, who is the ambassador of the Islamic Republic of Iran to Malaysia. Your Excellency, thank you so much for being on the show with me today. So let's talk about the Israeli attacks that happened on June 13th. So they claimed that Israel was very close to manufacturing nuclear weapons, and that was the casus belli for their sudden attack. I'm curious to know how Iran looks at it. How does the Islamic Republic believe or interpret these reasons as the reasons for why Israel attacked?
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Of course, as you mentioned, Israel attacked Iran, abuse Iran that Iran is going to produce the nuclear bomb. But everybody knows that Israel, during the last years, always attack other countries. And during the last 2 years, attack Palestine, Gaza, kill a lot of innocent people, 60,000 innocent people, women and children, and also attack Lebanon, attack Syria, attack Yemen. And this is, of course, the nature of Israel. Israel can be alive in the tension situation. For this reason, try to attack and create and this escalate tension in the region. And of course, they attack Iran, abuse Iran for these nuclear activities. But everybody knows that during the last at least 10 years, we always been negotiated with international organizations, IAEA and others, and also 5+1 country, to assure them that our nuclear activity is a peaceful purposes. And we need this knowledge and technology for peaceful purposes, such as nuclear, of course, energy, for environment and clean energy, for health and medical equipment, for agriculture and food security. And this we tried to negotiate with other countries, and we reached the agreement, 5+1 agreement with 5+1. And of course, because we want to assure international community that our activity is a peaceful purposes. This is the first. And the second, of course, who gave this responsibility to Israel to attack another country for these purposes? Iran is member of the, of course, NPT. And we sign NPT, we are member of NPT. Non-proliferation treaty. And Israel is not member of the NPT. Iran tried to assure international community that our activities peaceful purposes. And several times, more than 15 times, AEA report shows that Iranian activity is not, of course, divert to the military purposes. This they announced, they published the reports. But Israel has the nuclear bomb. So he is not member of the NPT, and they have nuclear bomb,
weapons, yeah.
nuclear weapons. But they attack Iran. Who gave them this responsibility? Non-member of NPT attack member of NPT. And this is the responsibility of the international community to punish Israel, not as, of course, there's a reason to attack Iran.
Ambassador, if you argue that Israel, that Iran was open to world negotiations, open to monitoring of its nuclear powers, why then, what is the real reason, do you think, Israel attacked?
Of course, as I told you first, this escalation of the tension.
They want to make the region unstable?
Yes, of course. This is the first. And the second, of course, you know, everybody knows that Iran supports Palestinian people. And as you are aware, Israel attacked Iranian consulate in Syria. Israel attacked and killed Haniya in Tehran. All shows that they are angry because Iran supports Palestinian. And this is we believe that this is the right of Palestinian people. They try for their independence and, of course, free their land, because Israel occupied these lands. And this is, of course, another reason that he attacked Iran as a supporter of Palestinian people.
Okay. What do you make of the timing of the attacks? It happened during Iran's negotiation process with the US over its nuclear ability. So is there something to be said about when they chose to strike Iran suddenly?
Yeah. Of course, always Israel try to damage any agreement between Iran and other countries, especially for nuclear activities. And every time we reach close to the agreement, they try to damage it. And after 2 years, we have negotiation with 5+1 countries, and we reached to agreement. They try to damage it, and we could not reach to this point, but we reached, and we signed the agreement. And this agreement, of course, support and approved by the United Nations Security Council resolution. So they try to damage this agreement. When Mr. Trump came to power, America withdrew of course, this agreement, and agreement stopped. For your information, America, they came out, but Iran still stay in the agreement, and we did our responsibility. They didn't, of course, do their responsibility. They didn't give us our rights, but we continue because we want to show our loyalty to the agreement and international peace. And peace, and this is the reason we continued. European country ask Iran, please don't go out, don't withdraw, continue. We try to bring America again in, but they didn't do. They could not to do.
Yeah.
This is the, of course, everybody that time also they said, with the pressure of Israel, America did that. This is one of the reasons, of course. And the second example, as you mentioned, we started negotiation with American, of course, government, and we had 5 rounds of negotiation in Oman, in, of course, Italy, and we set for the 6th round in Oman in 15 June. But 2 days before that, they attack Iran and they damage negotiation table. This is the reason they attack. We believe, and many people around the world, they believe they wanted to damage negotiation. This is the reason, and I would like to mention that 120 countries in the world condemned attack, of course, the crime, aggression against Iran by Israel. 120. Many international and regional bloc also condemned it. But unfortunately, the International Atomic Agency didn't condemn. And this is the big question for us. We are member of the NPT. One non-member of NPT attacked us. You didn't support us. You didn't condemn this attack. This is the people of Iran. They are very angry for this position of this international organization.
Is that why Iran has suspended all cooperation with the IAEA?
Of course, as I told the people, they are angry. What benefit that we have, for example, what benefit for Iran to continue this cooperation? But some country attack us, they don't support us. What's the meaning of this? Of course, cooperation without any result and even any achievement for Iran. For example, any country join to the one bloc, one organization, because they want to have a benefit.
Right.
They have, of course, some cooperation. When they didn't condemn Israel, why the people of Iran angry? What is the reason? You know, because we wanted to show to the world that this activity is a for peaceful purposes. The observer from this organization, they were in Iranian sites.
Yes.
And day and night. And the camera
to monitor
and of course send the film to the Vienna. Everybody knows what we do. This is the transparency that we wanted to do that for that. And this is, of course, we are under the observe. We try to show, of course, international community, but this organization didn't condemn.
Why do you think they didn't condemn?
Of course, double standard. Double standard, and of some big power, they don't allow them to that. This is the big question, and for this reason, the Parliament of Iran, they approved that we must suspend, not go out of the NPT, and we suspend activity. But if, of course, there is any achievement, there is any, of course, development, they can come back. We can work together again as we had before. Right. But before, at first, at least, they condemned the attack.
Okay. So the Islamic Republic of Iran has made it clear that it no longer trusts the IAEA. But what would it take to rebuild that trust? If you say that you are open to maybe in the future resuming negotiations, being part of it again, what would it take to rebuild what was broken? Okay,
as I told you, they must at first condemn.
Okay.
And the second, try to support Iran. You know, on the base of the 2231 resolution of the United Nations, no country can, this resolution, this is the resolution that only one country in the world, that its activity, nuclear activity, approved by United Nations Security. No country other like this. In this resolution, they approved our activities. And nobody can attack these facilities and, of course, nuclear sites. But they did. They did against this resolution also. So first must condemn, try to, of course, try to support us, help us for, of course, for our activity that this is our right.
Okay. Yeah, but Your Excellency, can I ask you about the U.S.? On June 22nd, the U.S. joined Israel's attacks on Iran and fired bunker-busting bombs into your nuclear sites. On June 24th, it brokered a ceasefire. So talk to me about that. How does Iran view the U.S.'s involvement, both from an escalation perspective, but also from the perspective of it being the, the ceasefire broker.
Yeah. Of course, we believe America was involved for attacked for the first day.
On June 13th?
Not after that he came.
After that, okay.
They support Israel as they support Israel against Palestinian. They give equipment, they give weapons, they give all things. This is the first. And they, of course, they support Israel by the anti-missiles, radars, and this. We believe that without support of America, Israel could not attack Iran. This is the first. The second, when they find that Israel has a problem and damage a lot, and the people of Israel going to leave Israel, they came inside themselves and attacked these sites. And this is another, unfortunately, the country that this is member of the United Nations Security Council, he must strive for peace, not for war. But he attacked our facilities and announced we attacked. Of course, at the first, before Israel attacked Iran, we announced any country attack Iran, we have right to respond. And we will respond on the basis of 51 chapter of the United Nations Security, United Nations. So when Israel attacked, you know, Israel attacked first and killed a lot of innocent people. The scientists, the children. Israel attacked several hospitals. One hospital was for special for children. They are military. They are in the war. The children 2 months birth till 10 years old. They killed them. Many patients in the hospital, innocent people, scientists. Why you kill scientists people? Because they are active in nuclear activity.
Israel targeted a children's hospital
yes, of course.
Iran?
4 hospitals attacked by Israel again. One of them specialist for child in Tehran. They attacked and they did this crime. And of course, we have self-defense and to respond. We responded. They attack Iran, we respond. Anybody knows. Believe me, of course, when launched the missiles, there was 4 obstacles till reach to the Israel. And these obstacles was by other countries, not from region, from out of region. One of them was America. They announced, and of course, they could not to stop the missiles. Missiles reached them, of course, and damaged, not people. You can read, of course, the report. No, a few people they killed. Why? Because we only attacked the military and other places, not hospital, not ordinary people, not houses. This is, but they find if Iran continue these activities, Israel has a problem, big problem. And that time, I don't know, you saw on the TV or not, the Palestinian people, other people, they were laughing, they were happy in Palestine. They showed how this is, of course, because they like to see their land free. Anyway, America find Israel cannot be win. For this reason, themselves came inside. They attack Iranian side. This is also is against international law and humanity. And we said, okay, we respond, because we told, no, there is no, what's the difference between this country or that country. Any country attack Iran, we respond. And we responded. We respond, and after we respond, they said, okay, ceasefire. This is, and because before that, after the war, we said, if you stop, we stop. because we don't want to escalate the tension in the Persian Gulf, because this is very strategic places. For this reason, when they said ceasefire, is it okay? We have stop.
Do you believe the ceasefire will hold? Do you trust Israel to hold the ceasefire?
Of course, we don't trust. For this reason, we are ready. Military, of course, Iranian military, they are ready. Everybody is ready. But we, of course, don't do anything before they, of course, do. This is our policy. I would like to mention here that Iranian people, they are people that love peace. You know, Iran has 7,000 years written history. 7,000 years. And about 4,000 years civilization. If you go to history, a lot of scientists, they are Iranian. Mathematics, chemicals, many. Bu Elisina, Kharazmi, many poets. Rumi, Hafez, Shiraz, many also, what you said, the religion, like many people. I don't want to mention about this story. But, of course, we have this civilization. But if you go and read at least from 500 years ago till now, Iran didn't attack any country. Iran, of course, was under attack of many countries, neighboring countries, in First World War, Second World War, of course, occupied by them. But we try to, of course, get our land free, but we didn't attack. Saddam Hussein attacked Iran, as you know, Iraq. 8 years, we defend, till reach the border, said, okay, finish. When America attacked Saddam Hussein, there was Kuwait war, that Saddam attacked Kuwait, many people around the world said, okay, Iran is now time attack Iraq because Saddam. He said, no, we don't attack any country. This is Iranian people morality. They like peace. For this reason, if they stop, we stop. If they attack, we attack. This is our policy.
Can I, having said that, can I ask you then what message you would like to convey, not just to the Malaysian audience, maybe to the global viewers as well, where you see the trajectory of Iran going forward? Having given this message that Iran is of peace, is of wanting stability and wanting regional cooperation, what is, where do you see your country heading, barring the threats that come your way?
Of course, as I told, we did, at first, we love peace, and history approved this. The second, we try our best to show to the world that this nuclear activity is for peaceful purposes. And this is the reason we always negotiate.
Right.
And now also we are ready to negotiate. Of course, the condition different now, but of course compared to the before war, but we are ready to negotiate on the base of. Yes.
Sorry to interrupt you, Ambassador. I just want to ask you, do you think the world has misunderstood Iran?
About what?
About what Iran stands for.
No, we cannot talk about word. I told you 120 countries condemned the attack. A lot of people around the world, they came to the street against Israeli attack. So this is not word. A few countries. A few countries
misunderstand Iran.
A few countries, they don't, of course, misunderstand. They know.
Purposefully.
They are following their policy, their, of course, interest. This is the reason. This is the, of course, I understand. But this is, of course, reality that our activity is, this activity, I want to mention, started before Islamic Revolution, not after revolution. For example, Mr. Trump says 2-3 weeks ago that Iran has a fuel, Iran has, of course, gas. Why they are looking for nuclear, of course, energy? But this activity started during the previous regime, before Islamic Revolution. Who encouraged? American encouraged them. And the king says, we have oil, we have gas. He said, no, oil and gas is not clean energy and was going to finish, but this energy is clean and cheap and good for environment. For this reason, they came and constructed the atomic reactor for study in the University of Tehran. And of course, the Western company, they came, started to construct power plant station in Bushehr that we have now, we completed. They started that time. But after revolution, they left Iran. They said, you are under sanction. We said, why we are under sanction? Because you are talking about democracy. What we did wrong about democracy? Because million people, they came to a street, demonstrate against the dictator regime. And of course, now is new government, new name, everything is new. This is democratic process, not against democratic. For this reason, from that time till now, we are under sanction, but yes, unilateral sanction. And we have a lot of achievement the same time that we are under sanction. This is, if you, I don't know anyone of you visited Iran or not. If you go and visit Iran, you cannot imagine this is Tehran or Iran. Advanced in nanotechnology, biotechnology, medicine, health, of course, nanotech, many kind of technology and science we have, and of course, industry. Only talking about nuclear industry, no. This is more, of course, we are ready to negotiate, but of course, at first, they must condemn the attack of Israel. If Europeans want, we can, of course, start negotiating with them. At first, at least, they condemn the attack, because this is very simple. I'm coming to talk with you, as if, of course, the 2% we want to solve the problem. If you don't condemn other sides, means you support other sides. So we cannot reach any result.
Agreement, Thank you, Ambassador, for coming on the show and giving us a perspective of of how Iran has viewed the past month. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so much for the invitation.
That's all the time we have for you on this episode of Consider This. I'm Melisa Idris, signing off for the evening. Thank you so much for watching.